So let's talk about your online self. And no, I don't just mean your profile picture or your password. We're diving into the invisible threads that weave together a whole digital version of you. It all starts with the little things we do every single day.
Think about it. You post, you scroll, you log in. It's muscle memory at this point, right? These little actions are just part of the air we breathe now. We barely even notice we're doing them.
And in those moments, it feels like we're in complete control. Of course we are. We're picking the photo, typing the witty comment, clicking buy now. We're the authors of our own digital story.
But what if you're not? What if there are invisible threads being pulled by forces you can't see? Forces that aren't just shaping what you see online, but who you become online. Yeah, that's the big question we're digging into today.
To really get what's going on, we kind of have to zoom out and look at our lives in a totally new way. Imagine your existence is split between two parallel worlds, and there's a version of you in each one.
The first world is what some thinkers call the digital life world. Now, the most important thing to get here is that this isn't fake. It's not a simulation. It's a genuine, different kind of reality where we actually work, play, and even fall in love.
And this brings us to the two yous. You've got your analog self, that's the one in the physical world, experiencing things like hugs and the glorious taste of pizza. Then you've got your digital self, which lives through profiles and avatars. And that self can be splintered into tons of versions, right? There's the professional you on LinkedIn, the goofy you on TikTok, the anonymous you on Reddit. They're all you, but they're not exactly the same.
As the philosopher David Chalmers says, we really need to stop thinking of our digital lives as somehow less real or less important. They are deeply real, and they have very real consequences.
Okay, so if this digital life world is a real place, who's building it? Who are the architects designing the spaces our digital selves live in? Turns out, there are some pretty powerful and invisible forces at play.
It's basically a four-step process, and it is running constantly on all of us. First, every single thing you do, every click, every pause, every like, is tracked. Second, algorithms take all that data and build this super detailed model of you, what you love, what you're scared of, what you're likely to buy. Third, they use that model to personalize everything, not to help you, but to keep you glued to the screen. And finally, your attention, that thing they've captured, becomes the product that gets sold to the highest bidder.
This whole system, this whole business model, it has a name. It's called the attention economy. And it's pretty much the engine that runs the internet as we know it.
And this quote from the philosopher James Williams, wow, it is just so chillingly accurate. He says, it's like a DDoS attack against the human will. A what? It's a constant, overwhelming flood designed to basically paralyze our ability to choose what we focus on. Our free will is literally under assault.
So all this manipulation happens in that digital world. But it doesn't stay there. Oh no, the wall between our two worlds is getting thinner and thinner, almost dangerously so.
How thin? Well, let me just put this number out there for you. 97%. That one number represents this huge, quiet revolution that's fusing our digital and physical identities together whether we like it or not.
By 2023, that's how many airports were set to use facial recognition. Your face, your actual, physical, unchangeable face is becoming a password. Your physical self is being unlocked by a digital scan. The lines are completely blurring. And think about it, if that data gets hacked, you can't just reset your face.
Yeah, the convenience is great, I get it. But as this tech gets woven into everything we do, we have to stop and ask a really important question. Is it fair for everybody?
Well, according to the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights, the answer is a hard no. These systems often carry the biases of the data they were trained on, and that poses a very real threat to the rights of already marginalized communities. And this isn't some dystopian future stuff. The data profile that algorithms build of your digital self is already making decisions in the real world. It can affect your credit score, whether you get that job interview, and even if your neighborhood gets targeted by predictive policing. Those invisible threads from your digital life, they are now pulling very real levers in your physical one.
Okay, that was a lot, and it sounds pretty bleak, I know. But the story isn't over. There is a powerful new movement brewing to help us reclaim our digital identities and take back control.
At the heart of it is this idea called decentralized identity, or DID, and it's actually a pretty simple concept. Instead of big companies holding all your data in their databases, you hold it yourself in a super secure digital wallet that only you control.
So here's a super simple example.
Let's say your university issues you a digital diploma and it goes straight to your personal wallet. Now, when you apply for a job, instead of sending them a copy of your whole diploma, your wallet just shares a secure mathematical proof that you have it. The employer can instantly check that it's real, but they never have to see or store your personal data. You prove only what's necessary, and nothing more. Pretty cool, right?
This technology is really just the engine for a much bigger, more philosophical idea: self-sovereign identity. It's the principle that you, and only you, should own and control your own identity.
And this isn't just some tech fantasy, this is happening. Huge projects, like the European Digital Identity Wallet, are being built right now to give millions of people this exact kind of power.
When you boil it all down, what this is all about is a fundamental rebalancing of the internet. It's about a shift away from a world where massive platforms control our data and our identities, and moving toward one where we, the people, are in charge of ourselves.
Look, the line between our analog and digital selves is dissolving. That's a fact. The real question for our future isn't if they'll merge, but who's going to be holding the threads when they do. Will it be the platforms, or will it be us? The choice is still ours to make.